So AI, people think, oh, it's the answer. AI is just part of the solution. It is not the only solution.
It's
And
true.
we still, it's just like a self-driving car. You know, you can have a self-driving car and the self-driving car still makes mistakes every time you drive it. Would I feel comfortable in the back of a self-driving car? Absolutely not.
The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. At Permasize AI Forge, we know you're ambitious, but are manual tasks like admin, lead generation, nurturing, and onboarding holding you back from truly scaling your business? Imagine saving dozens of hours every week, freeing you to deepen client relationships and execute high-impact strategy. Our clients aren't just imagining it. They're saving countless hours per week and doubling their revenue within months. We custom-build AI automation systems that eliminate the grind. From effortless lead generation and nurturing to seamless onboarding, we give you back the most valuable resource, your time, so you can focus on building those vital human connections and driving strategic growth. Stop letting repetitive tasks limit your potential. It's time to build a business that works for you, not the other way around. Ready to unlock your true scaling power? Visit PermasizeAIForge.com and book your free AI audit call today to discover how you can save time and double your revenue. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Intelligence Forge YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode.
From hidden talent to high performance hires, AI's role in executive search transformation. Welcome to the Intelligence Forge, where we explore how business leaders are leveraging technology to transform their operations. I'm thrilled to have Tanya with us today. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Emmanuel. I
Right.
really appreciate the opportunity.
All right, I would love you to introduce yourself to our audience in your own word. Tell us about DSS Global Incorporated, your role, and what makes your approach to executive search so unique.
Okay. Well, first of all, I started the company in 2001. I currently serve as president CEO, but I am also the founder of the organization. And for me, it was more so of being able to give clients a much broader pool of candidates by having fewer non-competes about working across different industries. I like to refer to us as being the search detectives. So clients are typically Fortune 100, 200 companies. We also have some government clients, nonprofit, and we work across different industries, both within the US as well as globally. And usually it's finding people for niche roles. So they will provide us with a list of qualifications of what they're looking for, and it's our job to go out and find it.
It's exciting. Thank you so much for sharing. It's very clear that you're building something special, especially for over 25 years now that you've been around. Let's talk about some of the competitive edge that you have. Is there any technology or AI tool that probably you're using to leverage in terms of staying ahead of the curve within the industry? Because I know definitely you've seen a lot of things happen over the years, but in today's world, is there anything you're using that's giving you an edge over your competitors?
I'd say one of the things that we started using, oh gosh, probably back in 2003, was an AI tool. It's an applicant tracking system that had an AI component, but it wasn't called AI. But it was really ahead of its curve. It was able to quickly identify candidates that were already within your database, and then also look externally. We now have, it's taken a while, but we finally have found a tool that's, we feel like the new thing in our field is to have an AI driven applicant tracking tool, which really helps you to be able to identify people, to source talent quickly, to be able to have it can match people by industry, by function, and location. That really helps to expedite the process. It's also now having, note-taking tools. It also involves Chat GPT for your presentations and other AI tools to be able to deliver a better product to your clients, and also to be able to spend more time on the human aspect with your candidates that's interested in your role, or we do a lot of outreach to passive candidates where they're not looking for a job. So it's more so of making sure that we legitimize ourselves by, looking authentic, sounding authentic, and being able to really sell the company, sell the culture, and making sure that it's a right fit for the candidate as well as the client. It has to be a win-win solution.
Solution, that's it. That's really fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. If you have a magic wand today and you could instantly change something in your operation, what would that be and what would the result be for you?
I would say one of the things that we're really big on is continuous improvement. So it becomes more so of how can we look at the processes of where we are today and prepare for tomorrow. So it's always an ongoing search for new tools that can help us to get there. Where I'd say one of the biggest things is looking for technology that has more of the things that we utilize all in one so that we don't have to have as many windows open and we can do everything within the tool. Right now, I will say that everything is still somewhat disjointed even when there is the technology, but it's not quite up to the level
They're not
of
speaking to each other.
quality, yeah, of where it should be.
So
But
are you
it's an ongoing search for new tools that can improve processes, to find people better, to look at how better ways of how we can position the candidates so that clients, for instance, going into an interview, most people think, oh, they have time to really read my resume. No, most of the time they do not. And so preparing even the candidates when they're going into the interview, do making sure that you sell yourself, not the way that AI is telling you, but the way that we're letting you know what's going to be really important to the client and being able to have a ready recall of information that you can deliver to the company so that they know early on, hey, this person is qualified and that the information is legitimate.
So maybe just a follow-up to that is to ask you, how important will it be, especially the magic wand question you just answered now, but joining it with the next question in terms of if you could be able to automate a lot of repetitive tasks, again, we're still talking about using technology to do the work better, not to like replace human being. We're not replacing anyone, but to get the job done quicker, faster, efficiently, and all those things. If you could get some of those tasks that probably you're doing now manually or repetitively, if you could get it automated, like you say, have one system that could handle everything in one, how important would that be to your business? And what do you think the value will be adding to your business?
Well, technology adds a lot of value to any process. It saves time and it saves money. So one of the things that we're also experimenting with now are the chatbots doing the work and training the chatbots to do some of that work. But yes, it's very important to have tools that can help you to have a faster decision-making process, but then not everything that's fast is worth it. That's where you have to have sometimes multiple conversations with clients and with candidates to make sure that even though it's a process improvement, that you still spend the time on the human side of making sure that it's aligned. But I think it's important for every business to be able to have automation, to be able to free up time, even when you have the AI notes. That's very important. And it allows you to be able to have the conversation, but sometimes the summaries may not be quite accurate. So it's about taking then the time. Yes, it does help with you writing the notes, from what you have. You still sometimes, I'd say all of the times, you still have to go through and say, well, did they eliminate some important things that I need to read over in the transcript that I can add to what they may have summarized? So sometimes you have to add things back that they may have deleted.
That's true.
So AI, people think, oh, it's the answer. AI is just part of the solution. It is not the only solution. And it's just like a self-driving car. You can have a self-driving car and the self-driving car still makes mistakes every time you drive it. Would I feel comfortable in the back of a self-driving car? Absolutely not. Because I look at myself as in my self-driving car, maybe a short distance where it's straight, it can be okay. But there are times where it may get too close to the line or too far away from the line, or it may not, it may stop where you may have gone forward through the light. It's the same thing with automation in your business and with AI.
Agree.
You
Thank
still have to co-steer.
Sure, human touch. There must be an element of human touch in every automation technology you're using. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
and some of the things that people are doing now where they allow full automation of it doing things and reaching out to people, I don't quite agree with that unless a person has reviewed it just to double check to make sure that it's the right, it is targeting the right person.
I
Because
don't.
sometimes there can be words in there that AI identifies that makes it look like it's the right person, but it may not be the right person that you're targeting, whether it's a client or a candidate.
I perfectly agree with you. Some of the things when we build something for anyone, we build a layer of review and approval into it. So AI could do everything for you, the automation could do everything for you, but before it goes out, somebody must review it, approve it, and then send it out. I think that's the way we build all our automation. So I agree with you. That's the best way to do it. Okay, from your perspective, I mean, you've been known in the industry as the search detective, meaning you know your stuff. And that's why I believe that's the reason why they refer you to that. But what challenge have you seen within the industry, especially when it comes to executive search, that you think, well, I think because the industry is going in a different direction, I think we don't used to have this in many years past, but now we see these challenges. And how are you coping with such challenges? How are you solving these challenges?
I think one of the things I'm noticing, and it goes through cycles, clients, they want to do more of the recruiting themselves. I think that that is something for some of the jobs, it becomes an easy thing to do. But I also believe that as you are hiring someone for a salaried role, and especially someone from that is, more senior or more high potential, you want to make sure that it is the right hire. And sometimes clients, the companies or the organizations may have a tendency to go too fast or too slow in the process. So either they're trying to do it with minimal input and very short interviews before they hire a person, or they stretch the interviews out so long that the candidate decides, you know what, this is taking too long. I don't know. It's always good for the client or the organization to also, I can have a relationship with the candidate. But also, if it's someone you're going to report into, you kind of need to know this person a little bit more, being able to predict behavior and seeing am I looking for a mini me that's going to report into me, or am I looking for someone that can complement me and have some strengths that I don't have that can really help the business to grow?
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I think based on your own model, I think you could be able to make an impact probably to correct some of this notion. But again, it's all because, I mean, based on the circle, the people that you interact with. And I believe that your insight, based on what you just said now, a lot of people that's going to watch this podcast will be able to pick that up. I mean, the reason why we also tell people to either outsource some of the things you're doing is because you're not an expert in it. Give it to an expert and you focus on that area that you know best to do. But thank you so much for sharing that. If you are in front of other captains of industries, CEOs, what advice will you be giving them today, especially when it comes to executive search?
I think that one of the things that sometimes there's a disconnect on the internal side is that many times people in roles that support those C-level people, they may not, they think of everyone as being an applicant. And an applicant and someone that is provided to you via sourcing and they were not interested, but now they are interested in your role, those are two different people. Generally, an applicant wants a job or they need a job.
Yeah.
Someone that has been sourced and provided to you through a firm, These people are not necessarily trying to bail now. So therefore, they may not be as patient. They may want the process to continue a little bit faster. An applicant is like, well, I have all of these different organizations that I've sent my resume or CV to. So I'm just waiting to hear back. It's a numbers game. But for, a prospective candidate that is qualified, they don't necessarily give them the hand holding or treating them as special as they deserve. Now, I will say I have great clients that do that, but there are companies that do not. I hear about it all the time from people saying, they don't respond. It's like your resume goes into a black hole and you don't hear anything back. We try to keep the candidates engaged and we reach out and we do the best that we can. But it's also good when the process moves and for organizations to really know what they want. But it's also okay if they don't know what they want, because sometimes you need to see more people to be able to confirm this is what I want. Or maybe I thought I wanted one thing, but maybe I might need to change.
All right.
And that's our job. It's also helping with like succession planning. Are we looking at our future leaders? Do we have enough internally, but also are we doing our external succession plans?
Yeah, thank you so much for your insight. We're really grateful. If people want to connect with you, I don't know if you agree that candidates should connect with you, but I'm talking about organizations that want you to help them look for. How can they find you?
They can find us at DSS Global INC.
Thank you
And
so much.
that's our website, and they will have additional information on us and our contact information. So I look forward to connecting with anyone that has any interest in further discussion.
What is out there too? But thank you so much for your insight today. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us. I think it's very insightful, especially in the area of companies not trying to hire themselves. And I think a lot of people that listen to this will definitely take heed to your advice. But thank you so much for coming, and thank you.
And thank you so much, Emmanuel. It was a pleasure to share this information with you and your guests.
You didn't quit your day job to become a full-time admin assistant. The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. At Permasize AI Forge, we know you didn't start your business to spend 60 hours a week on paperwork, chasing leads, and managing endless admin tasks. You started it to build something meaningful and serve your clients. But right now, you're trapped in the day-to-day grind instead of growing your business. What if I told you our clients are reclaiming 15, 20 hours per week, increasing their revenue by 30 to 50% within 6, 12 months, and finally getting their lives back? We don't just automate random tasks. We build custom AI systems that eliminate the bottlenecks choking your growth, from leads generation to lead, nurturing and management to project management to client follow-ups. Stop paying for an expensive, frustrating manual system. It's time to upgrade to strategic automation. Visit PermasizeAIForge.com and book your free business transformation strategy call today. Discover exactly how much time and money you're losing to manual processes and how to get both back. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Intelligence Forge, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode packed with game-changing insights. Your future automated business is waiting.